saving. The day after the awards ceremony. Rhyme City. Whimsicott! Riding the wind.
エルフーンがいっぱい。
この時期、ああやって季節風に乗ってやってくるんだ。
いたずら好きで有名だよね。
気に入った家に入っては綿を撒き散らすんだよな。
掃除が大変だね。
ああ。
They're so cute. I love them so much.
コーヒーの香りが俺を刺さってるぜ。
ピカチュウトラップだね。
デム君。
Oh, hey. Okay, it's been so long. What is your name? Frank Holiday. Holiday.
ホリデー警部。もしかして父さんが見つかったんですか？
すまんな、違うんだよ。
Oh?
実は
What case?
盗難事件が発生した。デム君、協力してくれないか。
わかりました。
ありがとう。現場はこの先にあるデニス邸だ。すまんがブラッド君を待たせているんだ。私は先に行ってるよ。
コーヒーはお預けだな。
Not Brad. Okay, let's go, Pikachu. Wait a second, Tim. What for? There's no need to rush, except for Mr. Holiday was rushing there, therefore we should also rush, right? You gotta be calm and unhurried if you want to do your best investigating. Well, yeah, but we gotta get to the spot. Yeah, I guess that's true. Pikachu's a real talkative Pokemon. If you see this Pikachu icon in the lower left corner of the screen, you can press the right button to chat with him. Sometimes Pikachu will try to get your attention, and a Pikachu icon will bounce to let you know he wants to talk. If you see this icon bouncing, press the right button to hear what he has to say.
急いでるのはわかるんだけどさ、もうちょっとリラックスしたらどうなんだ？例えば、俺みたいな名探偵のありがたいお言葉に耳を傾けるってのもいいんじゃないか？よし。
Oh, but Holiday's waiting. We better go join him. Yeah? Let's go. Whoa, look at this guy. Jesus Christ, you're huge. A Poliwrath and a Hariyama. They're squaring off. You could cut the tension with a knife. It looks like a fight could break out any second. We should probably avoid this alley so we don't accidentally set it off. But they're... Oh god, I love Poliwrath though. Oh hey! I forgot what this thing is called. Markaratus. Okay.
Great job, Markaratus. Your dancing is so cute. From the top, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Alright. Something is shining in the fountain. What could it be? A coin? Or a Pokemon? Inkay! A little jump scare.
Okay.
Whoa, I knew what I saw something. It was a Pokemon? That's an Inkay, Tim. It lights up its spots to communicate with its friends. Never forget its use those lights to lure someone in that close enough for a prank. Yeah, it definitely surprised me.
Inkay.
Hey, Inkay, maybe go easy on the jump scares, okay? Yeah, well, he'll do what he wants. I appreciate you coming on such short notice, Tim. This way, the crime took place at the Denis residence up ahead. The way he walks so slowly. Ah, this old man.
Let's go.
Also, I need some water. I need the water!
Blech.
Okay. Where are we going? Oh, right here. It's Brad!
これは名探偵のお出ましか。
Brad McMaster, Rhyme City Police Lieutenant. Mandatric. Dedicated to law and order. That was a show. It's been a while, Brad. I see you're on the case too. I suppose that means you are as well. You private detectives do love sticking your noses in everything, every little thing. Even his face is smug. Just want to punch it. If Mr. Denis hadn't requested you personally, I'd be asking you to leave right now. Yep, he's still a jerk. Think he's still holding a grudge from the time we showed him up.
Manic.
He says no funny business. Sheesh, no wonder you two are partners. That's enough, Brad. We're going to be conducting this investigation together. I could say words, but forgive me, please. This is the scene of the crime, right? Yes. This mansion belongs to Sanjeev Denis, a jeweler. Alright. Denis residence. What is that thing in the corner that I keep seeing flying about? Oh, is that a pigeon? What the fuck? Mr. Denis is one of the wealthiest men in Rhyme City. Under normal circumstances, a civilian like yourself would never have the opportunity to meet him. Make sure you don't do anything to offend him. Oh, and don't get in the way of our investigation either. Okay. He's just got a I cannot speak words today. Holy shit. I mean, it is like around the time we start getting ready for bed, so hey. He's just got to get a dig in somewhere, doesn't he? Okay, Tim, come inside. Mr. Holliday's shoes are huge. He's got big feet. The missing jewel! Denis resident, 1 floor. First floor. That's what it means. Lugia! I want a painting of Ho-Oh. Alright, Tim. Mr. Denis is waiting for you in the room to the right. Thanks, Inspector Holiday. Look at this little alcove with a little chair. That's cute. I wouldn't want to sit there, though. I feel claustrophobic. The name of this painting is Silver Waves, and it depicts Lugia, a Pokemon known as the Guardian of the Seas. It's rumored to live deep down on the ocean floor, but no one's ever seen it. I don't believe that's the truth, because if no one's seen it, then there would not be a photo of it like this, or painting. Pikachu. That makes sense. The ocean floor is not exactly a place you'd just casually visit. Come on, man. Come on. Here he is! My boy! Sorry, I like Ho-Oh a lot better. The name of this painting is Golden Sunrise, and it depicts Ho-Oh, a Pokemon that's spoken of in legends. I want it to be Legends Ho-Oh. Like Arceus, but Ho-Oh edition. Because, God, dude, that'd be so cool. I want that. Pokemon, make it happen, please. Do that spin-off. I want another one of those games. They say it brings eternal happiness, and that its wings shine like with rainbow-colored light. Rainbow-colored light, huh? The painting sure is beautiful, but I bet the real thing is even more breathtaking. Yeah, he is. He's beautiful. Anyway, let's continue on. Hello!
おお、ティム君、待っていたよ。
Sanji's Denis, Jula. Growlith, guard of Denis residence. Oh, he's sad because he didn't guard very well? I'm saying words. I'm like, oh. My name is Sanji's Denis. I'm a Jula, and this is my partner Growlith. Growl. I'm Detective Goodman, or Tim Goodman, and this is my partner Pikachu. Sorry to jump right into it, but could you please tell us what you know about the incident? About the crime. The precious jewel was stolen while I was out of the house. It's called the Aurora Drop, and it's a very rare jewel indeed. The Aurora Drop? What a mysterious name, magical even. The thief injured one of the staff members and made off with the jewel. Okay. Thankfully, my staff member's injuries were minor, and yet... Is something sticking out to you as odd? Well, the police are treating my trusted butler as the prime suspect. You sure it's not the injured staffer? Who got injured? Dude, okay, my guess... From just what I've been told right now, the guy, or we don't actually know the gender of this person, but the person who got injured probably got bit by Growlith because they were trying to steal the jewel, but because they don't have proof of it, yeah. But then he would be able to tell you right away, like, actually, I bit the thief. To Pikachu, which that would make the whole thing a lot easier to solve. But let's see how it goes. I'm just assuming. That's my guess. They think the butler did it. Could you tell me a bit more about the stolen jewel? It looks like this. Ooh. Oh, wow, it's pretty. Looks large, though. Which is not as pretty. Most gemstones must first be cut and polished into beautiful jewels. But the Aurora Drop is said to have a natural formed into its shape. Oh, wow, really? That's cool. No wonder it's rare. The way it shines looks a bit like an aurora. Bleh. Does it, though? Not really. It just looks like a very pretty gem. Yes, it's precisely how it got its name. The Aurora Drop has been the subject of many a tale, but it was thought to be nothing more than fiction. Even among us jewelers, for the longest time we called it the Jewel of Legend. Wow, so he wasn't kidding about it. He called it precious. Guess there's no surprise that someone wanted to steal it. It definitely sounds valuable. Bleh. Where were you displaying it? I kept it securely locked within a special reinforced case inside my jewel storage room. There are locks on both the storage room door and the reinforced case. And yet, despite all the security, it still got stolen. Now, about this butler. You mentioned that the police already have a suspect. Yes, they believe that the thief is my own trusted butler, Barnes. Why do they think that? Because Barnes and Echo are the only people who can access the key to the storage room. What's keeping someone else from getting into it? The key is always kept around Growlith's neck. If anyone but Barnes or myself attempted to take it from her, Growlith would start barking. See right here? Gender. Growlith is a girl. Why is that so hard? My Growlith is a loyal Pokemon. She would never allow a key to be taken by a stranger. Yeah, the stranger got bit. I don't see a key around Growlith's neck right now. The police think Barnes took it. That would certainly make sense, assuming Barnes really is the culprit. Mr. Denis, if possible, I'd like to talk to the Barnes. He's currently being questioned by the police. But you don't believe Barnes is a thief, is that correct? I've known Barnes since we were young. He worked in this house for years and has always served us well. I'm certain that he'd never steal from me, and I couldn't possibly imagine him hurting anyone. So, you're saying Barnes didn't do it, and the real culprit is still at large? That's right. Someone else must have stolen the jewel. Please help me prove that Barnes is innocent. I definitely think it's the staffer that got hurt. That's the one who did it, man. So that's why he called us here, to clear his butler's name. We'll talk to Barnes later. Alright. So, finding the Aurora Drop and clearing Barnes of suspicion. Those are the two things you call us here to do. Could you please? You're the only ones I can count on. Our job is to investigate the case and reveal the truth. We won't know if Barnes is truly innocent until we look into this more. Yeah, the police. Frickin' Brad. Must have at least some reason to suspect him. But we'll do what we can. If that's acceptable to you, I'll take the case. We will. Sorry. That's more than acceptable. Thank you, Tim. Great. In that case, may I start investigating the scene of the crime? Of course. The jewel storage room is just upstairs. I know you won't let me down. Can I talk to the doggy, though? Wait a second, Tim. There's something I want to try, starting with this case. Something you want to try? Yeah, a case notebook. The writers for Detective Journal swear by it. Detective Journal. That's the magazine you're always reading, right? Yeah, that's the one. They researched the most effective way for detectives to organize their case notes. The solution they came up with was a case notebook. Sounds intriguing. How does it work? I'm getting to that. First, open up your notebook. A notebook. No. Sonji's Denis jewels has apparently been stolen. But how did the culprit steal it? Investigate the scene of the crime on the second floor for clues. First, let's write in the notebook any burning questions that arise while we're investigating. Alright. We'll summarize the testimony and investigate evidence that we've gathered during our investigation at this page below. Click. The Aurora Drop is Denis' prized jewel. Someone has stolen it. After we've collected enough testimonies and evidence, the begin deduction option will appear. He's so happy. When you select this, we can start deducing the answers to our questions. Oh, excuse me. We don't have enough testimonies or evidence right now. But once we do, we'll be able to start deducing. I guess actually using the notebook is the best approach. So Tim, what do you have? What do we have right now? What we have is what we have. We have to collect testimony and evidence to figure out the jewel was stolen. How the jewel was stolen. No. Yeah. To do that, we first have to investigate the scene of the crime. That's right. Let's go check out the jewel storage room. Alright. Okay, don't talk to Doggy though. Doggo! Hello. It's Dennis' partner, Growlith. She sure doesn't look happy. Meow. Apparently she feels responsible. No wonder she's so down. Maybe we should leave her alone for a while. Aha! This is how they're gonna do it. I getcha. Let's go! The jewel storage room has been left exactly as it was at the time of the incident. Inspector Holiday already filled me in. Please go right ahead.
Hi.
Thank you. Sorry, I have to give some people funny voices. or else they're gonna sound the same. Jewel storage room. What's all the fluff? Yeah, the key... Well, the lock is intact, so they had to get the key. What is it, Pikachu? I checked out the door, but there are no signs of forced entry. Then we can be fairly certain that the thief used a key to get in. According to Denis, this room's where the Aurora Drop used to be. Let's take a closer look. Ba-ba. This area looks more disturbed than the rest. Let's start investigating. We might find clues. All right. Don't let any details slip past you, Tim. I won't. The fuck is that blue thing? Let's see. Where should we look first? Okay, I was like, what am I doing here? This is the only case that's damaged. Must be where they kept the Aurora Drop. The edge looked like they were sliced clean with a blade. Okay, so something with a blade. If it's a Pokemon, I would assume... I mean, my first thought of like a clean slice would be like Scyther. But that blade's not really like perfectly smooth, is it? But they can still cut very perfectly. But I know there's other Pokemon with like sharp claws and stuff like that. I'm just not thinking of it right now. I'm old school sometimes, I'm sorry. Blech. What kind of blade could slice this cleanly through with such a sturdy jewel case? The jewel case is still locked. I mean, does the key also unlock the case, or is it like separate? Like Denis said, the jewel in this case was stored under the lock and key, and the key in the case is a different key from the one at the jewel storage room door. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. They are separate. I wonder who has the key then. Dude, what if the butler has the key? Wouldn't that be weird? What is that? It's a blue feather. I mean, the fluff makes me think of Swablu and stuff like that, but like, Swablu doesn't have a sharp blade. Is there a blue bird that does? There's a blue feather. Do you think the Pokemon it belongs to was in this room? Maybe it's from a Pokemon that lives in the mansion. Let's look into that later. Alright. That looks like part of the jewel case. Based on the shape, do you think the top half of the case was cut off? Yeah, it looks that way. It's a really clean cut. Open slice jewel jar. Slicing it must have taken one serious sharp blade. I doubt a human could pull that off. Yeah, it's definitely a Pokemon. What's this fluff, though? Because the fluff looks like freaking Whimsicott's fluff. But also Whimsicott can't cut either, so... What's going on? What other bluebirds are actually in the game? I know there are. There's like Ducklet, but that's a baby blue, not a dark blue. Swablu's the only one I can think of right now, but... Yeah. There's some cotton on the ground. It looks really fluffy and soft. Cotton in the jewel storage room. Looks like Whimsicott's fur, but whatevs. What's a bunch of cotton doing in here? We've covered everything I was wondering about. Any other spots you want to check? No. I look at your butt.
俺の可愛い尻尾をじろじろ見てないで。怪しい場所をちゃんと調べてくれ。
I'm sorry. I want to do what I want to do. I did look at his butt. Okay. Oh. It's a red jewel. What a vibrant red, like boiling hot lava. It's almost too bright to look at. This one's a blue jewel. It's a deep blue. Blue? Blue. Can't say words. It's a deep blue like the ocean. It has a kind of magical feel to it. Also, I know it's probably just like a generic house, but this one makes me think of like the sun and moon area. Or not sun and moon. Oh my god. Freaking I blah, 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 blah. I know, Pikachu. Shut your mouth. A sword and shield, that's what I meant. And then this one makes me think of X and Y. I think. Why do I think X and Y? I don't know. It's just generic location. I don't know. Anyway. A green jewel. That's my favorite. That first green color reminds me of the forest. Just looking at it is calming. Sure. What's this? What a beautiful jewel. It's so clear and sparkly. Absolutely brilliant. Aw, man. Clear sucks. That's the worst one. My birthstone is clear. Fucking hate it. Hey, where are you going? We're not done investigating and deducing. Okay, fine. Ah. What else are we doing? Okay, I guess,
名探偵のこの俺がいなかったら、ライムシティはどうなっていたんだろうか。何かの力が働いて、俺はここに引き寄せられちまったのかもしれないな。
Yeah, okay. Begin deducing! That's what I meant. I clicked the wrong thing, but it's fine. He has something to say, so might as well, right? You probably figured out, how the culprit stole the jewel by now, eh? Sure. Alright, select begin deducing on your notebook. Bop. We have a few possible theories. Which do you think was right? The culprit unlocked the case and stole the jewel. No, it's this one. He cut the jewel out. From what we've seen at the crime scene, we can tell that the jewel case was sliced open. After that, the Aurora Drop was stolen, or removed from the case and taken away. Right, and we saw the jewel case was still locked, which supports that claim. I took a sip, and I spilled a little too much. It got on my chest. Ah! I tipped a little bit too fast. That's what I meant. Because I was like, trying to get a sip as soon as possible so I don't have to like pause too long. Pausing anyway, because I made a mess of myself. It was only a little bit, but still. We still need to investigate more to determine how the case was sliced open. But at least now, we know that how the thief got their hands on the Aurora Drop. Yeah, we've made our first step forward. Hooray! How was it stolen? Sliced. Oh my god! You understand how to use the case notebook now? Yep. Once I got some evidence, I'll start deducing. Feel free to start deducing whenever you feel like it. Alright. Oh, I'm burping. After investigating the scene, we now know how the crime was carried out. We can be certain that the culprit sliced open the case and took the jewel from inside. But there's just one thing that's strange. Oh yeah? Yeah, think, Tim. What's strange about the way the crime was committed? The jewel was stolen. It was locked. The jewel was stolen in the room. The glass was cut, but the door wasn't. You know, that is weird. The door of the storage room was open with a key, but the jewel case was still locked when it was sliced apart. That's right. So that means the thief only had one of the keys, the one to the storage room. They didn't have the key to the jewel case. According to Mr. Denis, only he and Barnes can access the jewel storage room. I understand why the police suspect Barnes, but I'm just not so sure. Obviously, it'll be best if we talk to Barnes ourselves, but he's still being questioned. We need to ask Mr. Denis about the lock on the jewel case. Right. After we wrap up here, let's go ask him. Alright. Oh, Jesus Christ, hello. Why is little curly turtle? What is it called? A bang. It's a little curly bang. Jesus Christ. How's the investigation going, Tim? Oh, Mr. Denis. Speak of the devil, and you can. Sorry, I couldn't stand just waiting around. Have you discovered anything? It does appear that the culprit used the storage room key to gain entry. We believe that they then cut open the jewel case and took the Aurora Drop. Is that so? I suppose it doesn't help Barnes much, since he has the access to the key. I have a question for you, Mr. Denis. Who has the key to the jewel case? I have it right here. I always carry the key to the jewel case on my person. I've known Barnes a very long time, but I still won't give him this key. Alright. That's fair. The security of the jewel case is my personal responsibility. Got it. So both Barnes and Denis can access the key to the jewel storage room. But only Mr. Denis has access to the key to the jewel case itself. That's valuable information, Mr. Denis. Thank you. Really? I thought I might be getting in the way, but I'm glad I could to hear I could help. The Aurora Drop is meant to become a symbol of the revival of Rhyme City. Anyway, I'm counting on you, Tim. Alright. Off we go. A symbol of revival. Let's ask Denis about it later. Whoa. Is Barnes the culprit? Oh, I don't think so. The police could open the case to steal the jewel, but they had the key to get into the storage room. And the only people who have access to the key are Mr. Barnes and Denis. So it makes sense that the police would suspect Barnes. If the key hadn't been used to unlock the storage room, Barnes couldn't be used as, under suspicion in the first place. Why would he do that, knowing the people would suspect him? Maybe he didn't think that far ahead. No. In any case, based on what we found at the scene of the crime, we can't be certain of anything just yet. We need to talk to Barnes and the other people in the mansion and hear what they have to say. Not just the people, the Pokemon too. I'll interrupt. I know the word. Interpret? You for what we talk. Whatever. He will translate what they're saying. That's what it is. Interpret? Interpret. That's the word. It looks different from how it's said, isn't it? Huh? Weird. Alright, I'm counting on you, Pikachu. Okay. Now that we've got our next steps figured out, let's start interviewing everyone right away. Alright. Let's go! Oh. Hey Tim, there's something on the floor by the window. Should we check it out? Wait, what? By the window? What window? Oh, this window. Another blue feather. Oh wait, there's more blue feathers. What's all this? Pokemon feathers? Sure looks like it. They're scattered all over the floor and the window is open. Maybe a Pokemon got in or out. Through here. Do you think it has anything to do with the case? Looks like it. Yeah, these are different. Would it be Ducklet? Is my boy involved? One of these feathers is darker than the others. You're right. The other 6 are a lighter shade of blue. Something about this is nagging me. Alright. Well, should I investigate it, or we're just gonna book up feathers, given that they're scattered about, blah blah blah. Okay. Well, you're not someone to investigate. I need an actual people's. We're investigating the crime, but we should still respect the people, residents of privacy. We shouldn't go barging into rooms that have nothing to do with the case, Tim. True. We need to focus on the jewel storage room. Alright. I do like the music here. This place is nice. Let's see. Whom else can we speak with? Hey, I have a couple questions to ask. Got a moment?
Meh.
Don't want to waste the time chatting while you're on the duty, huh? Awfully stubborn, aren't you? You're even harder to talk to than Brad and Manitic. Who? Hello. Who be you?
こんにちは、探偵のティム君。
Are you the staffer who got
あ、
bit?
いや、ティムさんですね。
He's got good hair. Larry Turner, newest staff member of the Denis residence. Dude. Wait, are you the detective, right? That's what Mr. Denis said, at least. That name's... Wait, that's not proper enough. Sorry, my name is Larry Turner. I'm a member of the house staff. House staff, huh? Seems in over his head. If you need anything, just let me know. I mean, please inform me if... You really don't have to be that so formal with us. Thanks. That's a huge relief. I got this job a while ago, but I'm still not used to talking all fancy. Uh-oh. Is that a problem? Well, it's a good thing for me that Barnes deals with all the important guests. My main duties are taking care of the Pokemon, managing the house, and groundkeeping. I can handle all that, no problem. I don't know. This guy isn't exactly filling me with confidence in his ability to do his job. Anyway, you wanted to ask about what happened, right? I mean, I already told the police everything I know. I'm really sorry for taking up more of your time. Oh, sorry. It's not that not what I meant. I'm not complaining or anything. It's just that I don't remember what happened very well. Something attacked me out of nowhere and I blacked out. Oh, wait. So maybe he got attacked by the birds. Something attacked him. So not the thief, then. Can you please tell us about that, Mr. Turner? Sure, no problem. About the crime that took place. Right, so where to start? I was just doing my job like normal today. I made food for the Pokemon, did some cleaning around the mansion, that sort of thing. I think I was tidying the garden when it happened. I saw Ducklet fly out of the second story window. See, Ducklet, light blue. As I recall, I wonder where she was going. Another female. I mean, usually Ducklet just walks out of the front door. It seemed weird to me, so I went upstairs to see what was going on. That's when I saw the door of the jewel storage room was wide open. As if that wasn't shocking enough, then when I went to look inside, I was suddenly punched by a Pokemon. The next thing I knew, I was lying on the sofa, and someone was treating my wounds. A Pokemon punched you? Yeah. It felt like a glimpse of small red figure for just a moment. Based on the size, it couldn't have been a human, so I guess it was a Pokemon. A red Pokemon. Do you know what kind it was? I'm really not sure. It all happened so fast. I mean, okay, a red Pokemon that has feathers that can punch. I forget the name of it, but it's like that luchador bird Pokemon. I see. So sorry if that happened to you. But I'm glad you weren't seriously hurt. That's what the doctor said too. No Pokemon would want to steal the Aurora Drop. It's possible that, but the culprit ordered their partner Pokemon to swipe the jewel and punched out Turner. So Tim, now that you heard Turner's story, what do you think? We need to find the ducklet that flew out the window, and that red Pokemon too. Yep, you got it. About the culprit. Actually, 1 second, I gotta do something real quick. Okay, sorry about that. About the culprit.
Ooh.
Did you see anything else when the Pokemon attacked you? The thief who brought the Pokemon along was probably nearby. Unfortunately, that's all I saw. I see. Can you think of any other details that might have given us a clue about the culprit? Nothing in particular coming to mind. I mean, Mr. Denis is such a nice person. I've never heard of anyone holding a grudge against him. And I was really surprised to hear that Barnes is a suspect. You don't think Barnes is responsible? I guess the police must have some reason to suspect him. But honestly, I just can't believe it. Barnes is still showing me the ropes around here. He's a great co-worker with tons of experience. I mean, if you don't know Barnes before all this, you can never even imagine him being a thief. Alright, about the Aurora Drop. Do you know anything about the jewel, or stolen jewel? The Aurora Drop? I've never seen the real thing. It's been shut up in the storage room ever since it was brought to the house. Of course, I know it's valuable and all. I assume that's what's been causing all the arguments between Mr. Denis lately. Is it the wife? Did she steal it? Why would she steal it? Because she doesn't want to get rid of it? Or, like, give it to the city? She wants to keep it herself? Gritty lady. What sort of arguments? In case you haven't heard, Mr. Denis says he's gonna donate the Aurora Drop. Seems like Mrs. Denis is against the plan. Yep, that's her. It's been, they've been fighting about it almost nightly. Every night? It must really be a point of contention. I guess Mrs. Denis just doesn't want to give up such a valuable jewel. So the Aurora Drop's been driving a wedge between husband and wife, eh? Sounds like it. Hello. Clefable, all ears for managing gossip. I had a male. I named him King Crimson.
Fab.
Oh, it's Clefable. This is Denis's partner, apparently. Can I ask you a few questions?
Clay.
Whoa, what gives? No need to be so rude. What's wrong? Seems like she's real suspicious of us. Maybe she's feeling sensitive after the incident here.
Hi.
Hello.
あなた、警察の方ではありませんわよね。何のご用ですの?
Is she... Oh, Claudia Denis. Oh, God. Why is she Claudia? I like that name. We're detectives. Mr. Denis asked us to investigate the incident that occurred here.
Detectives? Oh, I suppose my husband did say something about that.
Your husband? Oh, that means you're...
Claudia Denis, Sanji's wife.
I'm sorry to bother you, but do you mind if we ask some questions?
I don't mind, actually. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. The case has already been solved.
What do you mean?
The police said that Barnes is behind all this. So the matter's settled.
We've heard that he's under suspicion, yes. But we can't be certain it's Barnes who committed the crime.
You sound just like my husband. But nothing you say will change the fact that Barnes is the culprit.
She looks so snooty. God, you just want to punch her too.
Barnes' partner Ducklet was up to no good. I saw it with my own eyes.
Dude, did he get tossed out the building? Did you witness the crime? Barnes' partner Jekyll was involved in the crime. How?
You look as though you don't believe me.
I don't. I really don't.
あの
Is it true that you witnessed the crime?
Well, I didn't exactly see it clearly,
Huh?
but I did witness some irrefutable proof.
What exactly did you see?
At the time of the incident, I was enjoying a cup of tea in my room on the second floor. Just then, I noticed a bird Pokemon flying outside the window.
A bird Pokemon?
Yes, I clearly saw a blue bird Pokemon.
Sorry, I was thinking about the red thing and I just said red instead. Whoops.
It had to have been Ducklet.
Could have been Swablu. You never know. We did find blue feathers near the window and in the storage room. So those were ducklets? One of them did not look like a ducklet feather.
In hindsight, she was obviously stealing the jewel.
Are they all female in this house? What the hell?
I also heard a faint sound just before that, like something metallic.
A metallic sound? Wait, metallic? Bird? Skarmory? Do you know what could have made that noise?
No, I don't. But the storage room was ransacked, wasn't it? I suppose she must have broken something in the act. And I've heard that it confirms that Ducklet's feathers were found in the room. Isn't that proof enough that Barnes is the culprit?
No. She seems pretty darn convinced of her theory. But all it's based on is a metallic sound in the sight of a flying bluebird. Pretty flimsy, if you ask me. Yeah. I'm sorry, Mrs. Denis, but that information alone isn't enough to definitely prove Barnes is the culprit.
Then hurry up and find whoever is, and get that jewel back. Isn't that what my husband hired you for?
Huh. I get that she's upset, but she doesn't have to take it out on us, right? About Barnes.
あの
Mr. Denis seems confident that Barnes is innocent.
Oh, yes. He sure is. He always been too trusting. Especially when it comes to Barnes.
Those two really trust each other that much.
I told Barnes he worked here for a very long time.
Or I'm told.
Much longer, in fact, than I've known Sanjeev. I suppose that's why Barnes is always taking my husband's side.
What do you mean by that?
Whenever my husband and I have a disagreement, Barnes inevitably sides with Sanjeev. Even though I'm sure he believes he's being impractical.
Impartial, sorry.
That lack of self-awareness is yet another one of his many flaws.
Are you a perfectionist, lady? I get the feeling Claudia's not a huge fan of Barnes.
She's jealous.
Do you think that's why she's so sure that he's the thief? Probably. About Ducklet.
あの
Could you tell me more about Ducklet?
Ducklet is Barnes' partner. She dotes on him tirelessly and is always by his side.
Alright. You mentioned earlier that she might be involved in the crime somehow. Would Ducklet be capable of such a thing?
Yes, she even helps Barnes out with his shopping. She's certainly be capable of making off with a jewel.
Yeah, but that doesn't explain how the whole thing was done. Come on, dude. Well, whether or not Ducklet stole the jewel, the one thing that seems certain is that she really loves Barnes. Yeah.
はい
The Aurora Drop is an incredible valuable jewel.
Mr. Denis told me the same thing.
But do you really understand? Do you even comprehend just how valuable it is?
Huh?
I knew it. Just look at those blank expressions.
Hey, my face always looks like this. That's not a good idea, Pikachu. You burned yourself.
As it is, I'm not even sure my husband understands the true value of that jewel. After getting his hands on something so precious, why would he want to donate it to Rhyme City?
So you're against donating the Aurora Drop?
Of course I am. Treasure like that ain't... that aren't meant to be paraded about for the general public.
Excuse you. God, she's a bitch.
They should have been preserved for quiet observations by a select few.
Ugh, I hate people like this. Hard to imagine her quietly doing anything. Alright. It's it's some tea to serve to visitors. I prefer coffee myself. Tea is perfect. I just had some right now. Cheer up, Growlith. Ask me anything you like. About the symbol of revival. What makes the Aurora Drop a symbol of revival? 2 years ago, during the art incident, my jewel shop suffered considerable damage. Wait, you were a victim of the art incident? Yes. Some Pokemon who've been exposed to R went berserk. Their rampage destroyed my shop, to say nothing of the damages done to my jewels and other goods. By the time I already had the Aurora Drop, I kept it stored safely in the shop. So the Aurora Drop damaged too? No, as a matter of fact, it wasn't. Of all the jewels in my shop, the Aurora Drop was the only one to remain unscathed. In fact, debris fell over so perfectly around the Aurora Drop that you could say, might believe it was being protected. That's incredible. I guess that some magic left in the world after all. Ever since then, the Aurora Drop became known as the jewel that survived the R incident. People started visiting my shop just to see it. And thanks to all that attention, my business was able to get back to its feet. Sounds like a valuable jewel. In some ways, more ways than one. What made you decide to bring it back to your mansion instead of keeping it at your shop? I decided to donate it to Rhyme City. They were a drop, but why donate something so precious to you? It's not just precious to me, and that's exactly why I decided to donate it. Mayor Myers has done his part in improving our city by declaring the start of the Pokemon Friendship Week. I thought it was about time I did mine. So I wanted to donate the jewel that survived the R incident as a symbol of Rhyme City's revival. I hope that by doing so, I can help liven up not just my shop, but the whole city as well. Wow, Denis, I'm impressed. That's a wonderful gesture. I'm glad you think so. Not everyone is so pleased about it. Oh? I forget I said anything. I shouldn't burden you with concerns over such personal matters. For now, I'm counting on you to find the Aurora Drop as quickly as possible. Understood. We'll do everything we can. Alright. Now then, Mr. Barnes! We'll thank you to not leave the mansion until further notice. Understood. Hey, it sounds like the police finished questioning Barnes. Let's go talk to him. Yeah. Let's go! Brandon Barnes, butler of Denis residence. Looks like a normal dude. How did it come to this? Why do the police so suspicious of me? Excuse me, are you Mr. Barnes? Who might you be? I am Detective Tim Goodman. Mr. Denis has hired me to investigate the crime that occurred here. Is that so? My apologies. I am Brandon Barnes. I work here at the Denis residence as a butler. Do you mind if we ask you some questions, Mr. Barnes? I realize... God damn it. Ah! Okay. I realize you must be tired since you just questioned by the police. Please, don't worry about that. If you have been hired by Mr. Denis, then it is my duty to give you my full cooperation. Thank you. What would you like me to speak about first? About the time of the incident. I was away when the incident occurred. It wasn't until after I finished my errand and entered the house that I realized something was amiss. I heard Turner cry out from the second floor. When I rushed upstairs, I found him collapsed on the floor in front of the jewel storage room. So that means Barnes was the first witness to arrive at the scene of the crime. Did you see the thief or their partner Pokemon? No, nothing like that. Wait. If Barnes ran up the stairs, you'd think he would have run straight into the thief. If he didn't see anyone, could they have escaped from the second floor? The window. Did you check the storage room? Yes. The door was already open, and when I looked inside, I saw the Aurora Drop was gone. I then contacted Mr. Denis, and the police right away. Is there anyone who can collaborate your whereabouts at the time? Unfortunately not. It was only afterwards that Mrs. Denis came out of her room to see what the commotion was about. And the only others in the house at the time were Growlithe and Clefable. Naturally, no one can take witness statements from Pokemon, so I'm afraid I have no alibi. Aha! Except for me. That's where we come in. The Pokemon that live in this mansion might know something about the culprit. Mr. Barnes, do you have any idea who the thief might be? Not a clue, I'm afraid. But I do know that Mr. Denis and I are the only ones who can freely use the key to the jewel storage room. Alright. Growlithe guards the key with constant vigilance. So I understand it would be very difficult for anyone else to take it from her. I suppose it's no great wonder that the police suspect me, given the circumstances. But I would never do something so reckless or so senseless. At least this confirms that only those who have access to the key. Oh, Ducklet.
Hi.
Ducklet's my dearest partner Pokemon. Just look at this photo. Aww. They're cute. That's Ducklet you have there. Yes, isn't she adorable? Just look at her feathers. Simply beautiful. They're really cute. But that's not all. She's also incredibly clever and can even help me out with my work. Oh, excuse me. I'm terribly sorry. I tend to get a bit carried away when I speak about Ducklet. It's really no problem. You mentioned that she helps you with your work. What exactly does she do? Let's see. She runs errands for me, such as buying coffee beans from a local cafe. Oh, she buys coffee beans. Nice. There's a place nearby called the He Had Cafe. Perhaps you heard of it. She regularly goes shopping there by herself. If that's where they go to cafe, it's gotta be the High Hat blend. Guess I shouldn't be surprised that Rhyme City's elites have some such refined taste. Pikachu, please. Focus. I asked her to go to the cafe today, in fact, but she hasn't yet returned. Could she have wandered off somewhere? Do you have any idea where Ducklet might be? Unfortunately, no. The feathers found at the scene of the crime are Ducklet's, right? Yes, no question about it. But I haven't the faintest idea why Ducklet's feathers would be there. Just the thought of her getting caught up in the crime somehow. I'm so worried I can hardly think straight. About the drop. Out of all the jewels in Mr. Denis's collection, he considers Aurora Drop to be his most precious. He worked tirelessly to acquire it in the first place. You might even say the Aurora Drop is a physical manifestation, the crystallization of Mr. career as a jeweler. I wish not to put swift retribution on the thief who stole it from him. For someone who speaks so formally, Barnes is a pretty passionate guy, isn't he? Please, Tim, find the Aurora Drop, I beg you. Don't worry, sir. We're on the case. Based on Barnes' testimony, I really am not surprised the police suspect him. Not really. Yeah, if only there was another witness at least. About that. Aren't you forgetting, Tim? The Growlithe. Barnes told us Growlithe and Clefable were in the mansion at the time of the incident, remember? Oh, right. Maybe the Pokemon saw something. Exactly. You can leave the rest to me. Let's go question them, Tim. Alright. What?
よライバルと元気にしてるか俺がお前に何したって言うんだよ
I like that little text below. So he doesn't have to repeat them. Nice. Let's try again later. Okay. Growlithe. Hey, Growlithe. Sorry to bug you when you're already feeling down. But would you be alright if we ask you some questions? Growl? We're here to catch the thief. And we need your help to do that. Growl. You're willing to talk to us if we'll help Sanji? Thanks. Sanji? Growlithe's nickname for Denis. Near as I could tell. Oh, right. His full name is Sanjeev's Denis, so I guess the G makes sense. Anyway, Growlithe, can you start with the questions? About you. Bark. Gotcha. As Denis's partner, your job is to guard the mansion. And we already know the key of the jewel storage room was around your neck. Growl. It's important to Denis, so guarding it's important to you. Makes sense. Growl. She says she's never let anyone other than Denis or Barnes even touch the key. Growl. So that's why you feel extra responsible for what happened, huh? She's really got a strong sense of responsibility. Don't worry. The two of us are gonna crack this case. About the incident. Do you remember anything about the time of the incident? No. You don't know because you were napping. Cow. What? Your breakfast was so tasty that you ate too much and it made you sleepy? That sounds like someone put her to sleep. Been there, believe me. What are you even talking about? Cow. You woke up when Barnes got home. That would have been right before all the commotion happened. And when you woke up, your precious key was gone. Cow. Yeah, I could tell you're upset. Cow. You'll do whatever it takes to help us catch the thief. Thanks. We'll come ask for an assistant if anything comes up. About Barnes. She says Barnes is a kind and well-mannered person. He and Denis are close, and she's never seen them fighting or arguing. Mr. Denis, I keep wanting to say Mrs. really does seem to trust Barnes after all. Growl. And Growlithe likes Barnes too. It's a Growlithe. Well, no, it is a Growlithe. Arcanine is the evolution. Jesus Christ, I am tired. It is 6:11. I need to sleep. Judging from what Growlithe says, it's hard to think of Barnes as the likely culprit. There wasn't anything in Growlithe's testimony that could help us prove Barnes' innocence. Only one left to ask is Clefable. I'll do what I can to get Clefable talking to us. Thanks, Pikachu. Let's go. Hey! What? You think we're thieves returning to the scene of the crime? You got it all wrong. We're not here to steal anything. We're actually great detectives looking to catch the thief. Oh, please, can you answer some questions?
Eh?
Yes, really. Come on, you can trust us.
Fei.
Yeah. Help us out and I'll... Sure, Claudia's bad mood will clear right up.
Fei.
So you're willing to talk to us? Thanks. Guess Clefable was worried we'd do something bad to Mrs. Denis.
Yeah.
Do you have a job here at the mansion?
Fei.
No job per se, unless you count spending time with Claudia. Isn't it tough hanging out with someone so prickly?
Fei.
Claudia's not a bad person, you say? Sorry, didn't mean to be insulting.
Fei.
Uh-huh. So Claudia's always arguing with someone or other. But when it's just you and her together, she starts to regret the whole thing. Was she tsundere? God damn it. I get it now. Your job is to cheer her up when she gets into arguments. Wow, you're actually pretty nice. I bet Clefable is really important to Mrs. Denis. About the incident. Did anything strange happen today?
Fei.
Yeah, it's stretching. It's a rough time and I go to bed. Sorry. Clefable's saying she's got real sleepy while playing in the mansion this morning.
Fei.
That she dozed off and doesn't know what happened after that. That's too bad, but also very suspicious that two Pokemon got sleepy at the same time. About Barnes. What do you think about Barnes? Yawning now. God damn it. I want to finish this case before I go to bed. Do you get along with him alright?
Fei.
Claudia doesn't like Barnes, so Clefable tries not to have much to do with him.
Fei.
But she doesn't think Barnes is a bad person. After all, she says Barnes ran to help Turner when he got hurt. Wait, does that mean Clefable saw Barnes going upstairs to help Turner? Yeah, it's gotta. Clefable, what else can you tell us?
Fei.
Clefable was dozing near the front door this morning. When Barnes got home from doing stuff outside, she woke up and greeted him at the door.
Fei.
Then Clefable and Barnes heard Turner cry out on the second floor, so they both went running upstairs. Okay, so testimony, he did not do anything. Hey! And that's when, to their surprise, they found Turner on the floor. That means when Turner was attacked, Barnes was still on the first floor. Okay. The police suspect Barnes of the culprit, blah 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 blah. Alright. We've got some useful information. Let's stop for a moment and get our thoughts together. Based on everything we've heard, is there anything that suggests Barnes is innocent? Let's review the information we've gathered and see what we come up with. Alright. Barnes may not be the culprit. He returns to the mansion at the blah 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 blah.
Yes.
We learned that Clefable greeted Barnes when he returned to the mansion. And Gralla said she woke up at the same time. Barnes and the others only became aware of the crime after that. Doesn't that mean Barnes couldn't be the culprit? Barnes was on the first floor when Turner was attacked. That would have made it very difficult for Barnes to steal the jewel. I'm not sure we can prove Barnes innocent with that alone. Yeah, because people who don't understand Pokemon. Yeah, we can't exactly disclose the testimony came from Pokemon. No one would believe us. Pokemon Scarlet. It looks like we are going to need more other evidence to prove his innocence. Okay. Is Barnes the culprit? No! How can we prove Barnes' innocence? Testimony... Pokemon's testimony alone are not enough to prove Barnes' innocence. Look for some stronger evidence. Okay. Oh my god. We can't lift the suspicion around Barnes with Flabel's testimony alone. Oh, sorry, wrong voice. I think we are going to need some other kind of evidence to prove his innocence. But where should we look for it? Nothing immediately comes to mind. At times like this, it's best to try investigating other leads. We might find a lead somewhere unexpected that leads us back to this. To get close to the truth of this case, we've got no choice but to find the Pokemon that witness Ross saw. Witness reports seeing a red Pokemon and Ducklet. I wonder if the Pokemon that cut open the jewel case is a culprit's partner. It makes sense to think that, but no such Pokemon was seen by witnesses. Having said that, though, we might learn something if we can find the red Pokemon. Let's head into the city and get some leads on that red Pokemon. I'm sure we'll be able to find out what Pokemon it actually is. At this point, it seems pretty unlikely that Barnes is the culprit. Where did Ducklet go? I don't know. He got thrown out a window. Then the word found the Pokemon. Let's find out where she went. But then, why did Ducklet leave from the second floor window? Seems unlikely that it's got nothing to do with the jewel thief. Finding Ducklet would be the quickest way to confirm that. Good call. Let's head into the city and look for her. Alright. Well, I think this is getting a little bit long, and I do need to sleep, so I'm going to call this an episode, and we'll continue it next time. Oh, actually, after this. 1 second. Looks like the only way to continue the investigation is to gather info into the city. But where should we go? Should we go after Ducklet or search for the red Pokemon? If you're unsure, why don't you try following Ducklet? I think we have a better lead to go for that than for the red Pokemon. Oh, right. We did hear the Ducklet was supposed to be... supposed to go buy coffee beans today. I'll bet that she went to the High Cat Cafe. I said cat hat. You're right. We should probably go search the cafe. Let's not waste any time, Tim. How do I save?
どうもこの屋敷の住人にはコーヒーを飲む習慣があるようだ。匂いでわかるぜ。
He just loves coffee.
Yeah.
No. No.
そうか。
I thought it said the game could save. Where do I save? Game, did you lie to me? How do I save, yo? Wait, what? Wait a second. What the heck? Begin deducing. I think it was, let's think of something that would convince the police as well. Okay. I see. Alright. I got it. But wait, oh. That's right, they said the plus. Oh my god. I forgot that you could do that. Anyway. Yeah, let's save. Okay, cool. This is so much nicer than the original game, because I can actually save wherever I want to. So, Haha! Anyway, until next time, guys, goodbye.